Hey guys, welcome to another one of my videos. Today we'll be going into one of my favorite all-time hobbies slash obsessions, and that is coffee. So I am going to be walking you guys through how I make myself a latte. In specific, I'm going to be making a dirty chai latte. I'm going to be using the Untitled Classic Pro and the Baratza Sette 270. The coffee that I'm going to be using is from Black Rifle Coffee, Flying Elk Coffee. This stuff is awesome. I think it's probably my favorite coffee that they have right now, and it's new. If you guys wanted some details on this, here is the description. So if you want to pause that and read it, go ahead, do that. Some grade A stuff. I really do like Black Rifle Coffee. Not really, sponsored by them or anything, but that'd be pretty rad if I was. So let's dive into this video. So whenever you're making coffee, you wanna whenever you're making coffee, especially espresso, one of the most important things that you want to do is ensure that your beans are fresh. So to ensure that they stay fresh, I am going to put them in my little coffee container thingamajig here. So this is a vacuum sealed little coffee thingy. Alright, so now that I have my coffee all in my little container, I'm going to measure out 19 grams of coffee. This little bin here is what came with the Baratza 270. So 19 grams. So 19 grams. There it is. Perfect, just what I wanted. Alright, so let me put this away. Now, 19 grams I just found was like the perfect amount that fits the Untitled Classic Pro portafilter. This is the stock one that comes with it. I think a bottomless one would be pretty cash money, but this is pretty sweet. I'm going to put that right there. I made sure that I preheated the machine for at least 20-30 minutes, making sure everything gets nice and warm. Now that I have these beans, I'm going to give them a little spritz. That little spritz is super important because if you don't, the static electricity will just make that stuff go everywhere. Now, full disclaimer here, I have not done any kind of prep work to dial in these beans. If you guys would like to watch a video of how you can dial in beans and the techniques that you need to ensure that you're getting the best espresso shot that you can get, I'm not the guy to go to, but heck, I'll make a video showing you how I try my best. James Hoffman, that guy's a pro. Okay, so I have my Baratza Sette set up around at a 9. I do have a shim in here, just so you guys are aware. Now that I have that going on, I like to place my portafilter in there. It does have the lock, but as soon as the coffee starts coming out, I kind of give it a little one of these numbers just to make sure that when the coffee comes in, it's coming in as evenly placed as possible. Because I don't have one of those little spinny thingies that you see some coffee people have, but I do have this bad boy, and doing that little technique there makes it as easy as possible to get everything I need it to go to where it's supposed to be. Alright, so here we go. Putting that at a 10-second predetermined time, pushing the play button, and here we go, waking up the neighbors. Boom. So, as you can see, the coffee is mounted up a little bit. That's where these things come in super handy. If you don't have these, the coffee will go all over the place and your wife won't be happy. Happy wife, happy life. So once that is like this, I just give it a little kind of bang against the counter just to make sure everything is evenly placed. I have a little dirty coffee rag here where I can put the portafilter on, put this on, and then just give it 30 pounds of even pressure, or at least just make it all nice, flat, and compressed like that. Next, I'll put it in my machine here. Make sure it's nice and snug. Alright, next is gonna be the money shot here. And let's see how we did. So this is going to be the first shot I've pulled with these beans in quite a while, and I'm super excited to see how this turns out.
What happened? You don't have water in there or what?
No, the beans are too fine. I need to just dial up.
Oh, that was funny.
So if I were to like do some fancy editing magic and like kind of speed that up to make it seem like it went how it's supposed to, that would be pretty sweet. But as you can see, that was the first pull or shot from the grind setting that I had there. I already preemptively set it 2 notches a little coarser, and I think that would probably end up doing the trick for the next shot. Unlike all of the other coffee videos I've seen where they go, oh, that wasn't it, and then pour it away. Yeah, no, that's some good coffee right there, and I'm about to drink that. So next time I go to pull a shot, it is set to where I think it needs to be, and then I'll just kind of keep like presetting it to where I think it needs to be for the next shot. That way I'm not just always wasting a whole bunch of coffee trying to dial it in, because this stuff is a great value, but you know, it is pretty expensive, and honestly any coffee is good coffee to me unless it's no, I think I just pretty much like coffee. Alright, so let's move on to the next step. Alright, so the next thing that I want to do now that I have my shot pulled is push this little switch down, and that's going to start building up steam in the machine for me to froth my milk. Now while I'm waiting for that to warm up, I am going to get my little latte cup, and I'm going to get some chai. This stuff is super duper sweet. Not sure if you've ever tried it, but it is awesome for making dirty chai lattes. And I'm going to kind of just get a teeny bit in there. Nothing too crazy because this already does have caffeine in it, but I do like what it does to the flavor. It is also really good for cold ice drinks. Next, I am going to get my little frother madoo thingamajiggy here, and I'm going to get my pea milk because I like to pretend I'm healthy, and I really like how this stuff tastes in lattes. Now when I fill this up, I like getting it kind of right where the spout starts. Alright, so now what I want to do is kind of make sure that anything that is inside of the spout gets clogged off, and you'll see that actual water will come out and not steam. Alright, just making sure you get all that water off, wiping the spout off, making sure it's nice and clean. Alright, now that we have ensured that there is no water stuck in the lines, and we have a nice little red light here, we are going to froth our milk. I like making sure that I do it at a little angle, and when you do it, just let it rip. Don't hold back on that little lever there. Alright, here we go. Okay, I'm going to turn that off, and then you see all those little bubbles right there? Just give that a good old, and then the bubbles will start popping. So if you want to get your latte art going, that's how you do that. I'm going to place that to the side. Make sure no milk is stuck inside of the hose. And clean off that nozzle. Make sure that the milk, whatever kind you're using, you do not let sit on there, and let it kind of caramelize. I have my espresso shot here. When you have something like chai, you want to make sure you have something warm that you can mix it with. Okay, now that we have the espresso in there, we'll give it a little mix just until we feel no powdery consistency on the bottom. Alright, you guys, now this is what you've all been waiting for.
So sweet.
There it is. The money shot.
Yeah.
So, if you want to see more great latte
More what?
If you want to see some more great latte art such as this, subscribe. Alright, now for the final test, I'm going to... Oh yeah, that tastes yummy. That's where it's at. If you guys have any kind of questions or anything that you'd like to see, if you want to see me make iced coffee, black coffee, any kind of coffee really, I love it, and I would love to learn how to make it. If you guys have any pointers or tips, please leave them in the comments down below, especially with latte art. As you can see, never really it's not really a skill of mine, but I would love to, you know, make some flowers and such for you guys one day. Other than that, I hope you really enjoyed the video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Later.